Hey guys, so this is going to be the first video in my Let's Talk video. I don't know if I would call it a series or just like a playlist. Whatever, we'll see what it turns into. Anyway, so I had a video request as per one of my other videos, and somebody wanted to know how I feel about spanking, or how my family feels about spanking. So to really get into this, first of all, you have to think of kind of what spanking means to you. What you think of when you think of spanking. Are you thinking of like a pop on the hand, a pop on the butt? Are you thinking of a few harder pops on the butt? Are you thinking of like finding a switch outside and getting, you know, a switch on the knuckles or the butt? Or, you know, you just have to kind of... People look at spanking as like, oh, it's bad, you know, but nobody really talks about what they mean when they say spanking, because I'm sure many people give their kids a little pop on the hand or whatever, you know, when they're coming up and they're getting into something or something like that, you know, a little pop on the hand. But I also know that you know, some people think that that's wrong. So you really have to get out of the generalization of spanking. So once you figure out, you know, kind of what spanking means to you, personally, when I think of spanking, I think of a pop on the butt. You know, not like hard or whatnot, but, you know, enough to really just more so get their attention than anything. In our family, we are pretty old-fashioned in how we discipline. When I was growing up, I got spanked. I actually had a paddle. It was a little paint stick, I think, as far as I can remember. You know, but we did some crazy stuff as kids. Anyway, I'm a 90s kid, you know, that was how my dad disciplined, that and like grounding. So I don't hold any kind of resentment towards him or ill feelings towards him because he spanked us. You know, that was just our punishment. And if you didn't like it, then you shouldn't have done what you did to get in trouble. So I think a lot of the times, you know, when we have kids, we revert back to how we were raised and what we know, because that's really the only experience that you have.
Mommy, yeah.
Yeah. You want to say hi?
Yeah, hi.
When Logan was about 7 months old, 8 months old, around Roden's age, I remember somebody asking me how I felt about spanking, and I was like, oh, I'll never spank my child, and you know, all of this. But I had never tried to raise a child before. You know, when they get to a point where they are more of that like toddler little kid stage and they are actually able to get into things and need to learn and that kind of stuff, I mean, it gets crazy sometimes. Have you ever been inside a grocery store with a child who's that's throwing a temper tantrum over something completely and totally ridiculous? It can get crazy sometimes. Kids can, I mean, there is no right or wrong way to raise kids. Well, I take that back. There are plenty of wrong ways to raise kids, but there are no right way to raise kids. I mean, every child is different, every situation is different, and every family is different. For our family, especially really for Logan, because, I mean, Ronan's not old enough, and Cassie and Jesse are way too old for that nonsense. So Logan is really the only one that we would even consider spanking. Now, our family and discipline, we like to do a timeout system is basically what we do for our go-to punishment. It's timeout, usually in his room, sitting on his bed. And what we will do is we'll set the timer on the microwave because it's really loud and you can hear it throughout the house. And we'll set it for 3 minutes, and he'll have to sit in there without whining and sit in there for 3 minutes. Now sometimes if he gets a little crazy or if he's doing something he definitely knows he's not supposed to, then sometimes he will get a pop on the behind. Now, of course, there's a line between discipline and punishment, and then just, I don't want to say beating. I mean, obviously there, you can beat your child, but you have to look at it as, when is spanking going to help the situation? Because if you are going at it out of frustration and out of all this emotion, then, you're more liable to take it to a place where it's not going to be beneficial to you or the kid. It's then going to make them scared of you or something like that. And that's something that you don't want to do. You never want to ensue fear in your child through physical pain. At least I don't want to. Now, of course, I'm mom, and I am just more nurturing than, of course, their dad is, because their dad is daddy, he is the disciplinary, like, he's dad, so he's definitely more gung-ho when it comes to that kind of stuff. Me, I don't know, I'm just mom. I'm supposed to be nurturing. But so, a pop on the behind is what we would consider spanking. But yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, I feel like there's a time and a place for spanking, and I'm not judgmental as far as how everybody else raises and disciplines and punishes their kid. It is what it is. I am my own children's parent, and I will decide how they are parented, but I'm not going to sit here and judge somebody else for their parenting decisions. It's not my place. I think spanking is a super, super controversial topic, and I also think, because there's been studies done and all this good stuff that say that spanking causes all kinds of problems later in life and all of this. And I think that, if a parent takes out their anger on a child is going to eventually, especially if it happens over and over again, I mean, we all make mistakes. We all have our bad days, and we all mess up. But if somebody is used to being physically, having if you are taking out your emotions on your child over and over and over again, your child is going to build up some stuff for that. And it's not the spanking that's doing that, it's your attitude towards what you are doing. If you are spanking a child and you give them a few pops on the butt, explain to them why they're in trouble and stuff, then they can accept that as punishment. But if you're just going ham for no reason, out of nowhere, they're used to getting like a pop, when they're not expecting it or something, and they grow to fear you and to have like abused, attitudes and that sort of thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. You should never spank your child out of anger or when you're angry. If you can't do it in the moment without, going crazy, then don't do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to make it pretty short. There's some stuff going on, but James is home. But like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We will see you guys for our next video. Bye!